Page 384, Understanding Craft and Structure. Number 1, Analyzing Text Presentation. Explain how the content of this section relates to the main heading, The Whigs in Power. Number 2, Summarizing. In 3 sentences, summarize the text under the heading, The Log Cabin Campaign. Determining meaning. What was the symbol of the Whig campaign? What was the significance of this symbol? During the campaign of 1840, the log cabin image appeared in paintings, banners, and political cartoons. The Log Cabin Campaign. To run against Van Buren, the Whigs united behind one of their 1836 candidates, William Henry Harrison. Like Andrew Jackson, Harrison was a hero of the War of 1812. John Tyler, a planter from Virginia, was Harrison's running mate. Harrison had first gained fame with his victory over Tecumseh's followers in the Battle of Tippecanoe in 1811. The Whigs made reference to this event in the campaign slogan, Tippecanoe and Tyler too. Harrison needed the support of the workers and farmers who had voted for Jackson in order to win the election. The Whigs portrayed Harrison, who in reality was a wealthy Ohioan, as a simple frontiersman like Jackson. The Democrats attacked this image. They said that all Harrison was good for was sitting in front of a log cabin and collecting his military pension. These attacks played right into the hands of the Whigs, who adopted the log cabin as the symbol of their campaign. While presenting Harrison as a man of the people, the Whigs portrayed Van Buren as a wealthy snob with perfume-scented whiskers. They blamed him for the Depression and accused him of spending the people's money on expensive furniture for the White House. The Whigs' tactics and the effects of the Depression seemed to work. A record number of voters turned out to elect Harrison by a wide margin, making him the first Whig president. Inauguration Day, 1841, was bitterly cold. Harrison insisted on delivering his long speech without a hat or coat. He died of pneumonia 32 days later. He served the shortest term of any president, and John Tyler became the first vice president to gain the presidency because of the death of a president. At age 50, Tyler was also the nation's youngest president up to that time. John Tyler's presidency. John Tyler won the vice presidential election as a Whig. However, he had once been a Democrat and had opposed many Whig policies. Whig Party leaders had put him on the election ballot with Harrison mainly to attract Southern voters. Whig Party leaders Daniel Webster and Henry Clay had believed they could control Harrison and run the country behind the scenes. Harrison's death ruined that plan. President Tyler vetoed several bills sponsored by Whigs in Congress. His lack of party loyalty outraged many Whigs. When he twice vetoed a bill to renew the charter of the Bank of the United States, all but one of his cabinet members resigned. Only Daniel Webster remained as Secretary of State. Whig leaders actually expelled Tyler from the Whig Party. The biggest success of the Tyler presidency came in the area of foreign relations. In 1842, the United States and Great Britain signed the Webster-Ashburton Treaty. This agreement settled a long dispute over the border between Maine and Canada, and set a firm U.S.-Canadian boundary from Maine to Minnesota. Except for opposing Tyler, the Whigs could not agree on their party's goals. Increasingly, they voted by region, North, South, and West, not party. This division may explain why the Whig candidate Henry Clay lost the election of 1844 to Democratic candidate James Polk. After only 4 years, the Whigs were out of power. The Whigs elected just one more president, Zachary Taylor, in 1848. Taylor also died in office. By then, the Whig Party had become badly divided over the issue of slavery. By the early 1850s, the party had nearly disappeared. Many Northern Whigs left the party and helped to form a new political party, the Republican Party that we have today. Checking for understanding. Number 1. Identifying causes. How did the Whigs lose power in the election of 1844? Number 2. Explaining issues. Why had Whig Party leaders Henry Clay and Daniel Webster supported Harrison's bid for presidency? What changed when John Tyler took over the office?